Hey guys, it's me, Tikaani, and we're back with more Southern Charm Savannah Season 2, Episode 4, Duck Duck Boom. We start the episode right in the middle of Louie and Lyle fighting, because Louie sprayed Lyle with a fire extinguisher, all because Lyle was nice to Catherine. I mean, how dare he? They're tussling on the ground, pretty much just like hugging and rolling around. I don't really see much fighting going on. Then Louie says, "Are you guys back together or not? You're a joke." And here we go again. I feel like Louie is way too invested in Lyle and Catherine's relationship. Focus on your own, dude. Surprisingly, Haygood sweeps in and just shuts it all down. She's like, "Good night, y'all," and sends everyone to bed. Unfortunately, the next morning, they discover that Catherine didn't sleep in Haygood's room with her. And Lyle also didn't sleep in the room with Louie. They do a little investigation to find out where Lyle and Catherine ran off to. And they come to the conclusion that Catherine and Lyle stayed in a different cabin together. Then we move on to a really confusing part of the episode, the whole skeet shooting thing. Can someone explain what skeet is? Like, the only skeet I know is skee ball, and that doesn't even have a skeet in it. As we progress through the episode, we find out that skeet shooting is basically they throw up a plate and you shoot at it. Still don't know why it's called skeet shooting, but okay. Anyway, Brandon tries shooting his first gun, and he hates it, so he decides to dip out early and not go duck hunting with the gang. I personally am a little uncomfortable with animal hunting, and I'm not a vegetarian by any means. I just don't want to be the reason that it happens, you know? So I kind of just zoned out during this part of the episode. But basically, Hannah and Louie are chatting about how Catherine and Lyle stayed in the same cabin together. And Catherine and Lyle are arguing. Lyle is grilling Catherine, asking why she's so patient now, when she wasn't that way when they were in a relationship. And he's still firm that he does not want to get back together with her. He keeps telling Catherine that it's too little too late. The next scene, Louis is looking for a space for his sock business. And they go into this building, and he talks about how the walls are pink. And I don't think the walls are pink. I think the walls are white, and that the red slats on the window are causing it to look pink. I know, revolutionary. But I'm not there, and I constantly get told that something I perceive as purple is blue. So, what do I know? I'm not a colorologist. While Louis is looking at his white walls and calling them pink, we cut to Daniel, who meets up with Ashley for a little chat. Yes, this Ashley. Ashley tells Daniel that she's going through a divorce with Dennis, but things are going really smoothly because he's not really fighting her. She then tells Daniel that she wants to be friends again, but Daniel brings up the whole dress drama from last season. You know, when Hannah was looking into starting a dress line, she didn't even make anything. She just showed one person her sketches, okay? And Ashley was like, "Hey, yo, why didn't you tell me about it? I run the dress business." Anyway, back to the conversation, Ashley gets really emotional, and we get a very weird, awkward moment. "So what made you want to reach out?" "I miss you, and I'm in a much better place now. So I want to make things right. But some of the people that are upset with me also need to understand I didn't hurt anybody." "Huh? I'm just gonna be honest with you. That sounds like a cop out." "I didn't. You know that." "No, I don't know that. The way you treated Hannah about the dress stuff, telling her you're the dress queen and not to get in your industry. I was upset with Hannah because I felt like I worked hard to be where I am. And everyone was belittling my career and saying I was a baggage handler. The baggage handler problem was very simple. You betrayed yourself as an international designer." "I do that though. We weren't attacking you for being a baggage handler. We're attacking you for not being honest and transparent. If I said I work for Delta, people would be confused whether I'm a stylist or I work for Delta. I've been trying to build my business and figure it all out, and we're all humans. I'm fine. My life is great, and I come back into all this. I don't like it." Next, we cut to Daniel and Hannah planning a holiday party together. Well, Hannah's planning the holiday party, and Daniel's a little preoccupied. She keeps asking Daniel questions, and he just keeps saying, "Yeah, whatever you want, whatever you want." The next day, they're supposed to meet up with an event planner, and unfortunately, Daniel doesn't make it. Hannah tells Bruce that she has a vision. She wants greenery everywhere, no glitter, and definitely lots of fake snow. But when she calls Daniel to ask advice on how they can incorporate Hanukkah into their Christmas party for him, he doesn't answer. Great teamwork, Daniel. The next scene, Louie and Lyle meet up for a drink. And of course, we're back to talking about the Catherine drama. Louis is basically accusing Lyle of being under Catherine's spell and insists that they slept together in the cabin. Then Louis's like, just say you want to be with her. Stop wasting my time. Lyle admits that he doesn't know what he wants, but Louis should mind his own business. Our tussle wasn't a big deal. But the reason I didn't get over it so quickly is because I see certain situations where Catherine is able to put her spell on you. You stayed with her in the honeymoon suite. Daniel and I both know that. You caught me. Busted. Lyle, if you want to be with Catherine, say it. If you don't, say it. Don't waste my time if you're gonna act another way. I'm trying to get Lyle back. Alright, Louis. I don't know, okay? I don't know. I'm trying to make some separation. I really am. But if I'm ambiguous and unsure, let me be. Let me be weird. You know? Let me live in this bizarre place. Fine. But mean what you say and say what you mean. It sucks we aren't together. Think about it from my side. I asked her to marry me. I know. You genuinely care. You want to be with her. I'll never say I'll never be with you again and close that door. If we're meant to be, then we will naturally. Then Louis hits him with the classic, say what you mean and mean what you say. Which is funny coming from him, considering he's very indecisive with Hannah. I mean, he won't cut it completely with her. And he's already, hinted that she finds someone else. Daniel and Hannah finally get together to set up some of the party. And in Daniel's confessional, he goes on about how Lyle and Catherine's relationship are really tearing the friend group apart. And my question to that is, how is their relationship affecting you guys? The party kicks off with some ginger man dudes standing at the front door and giving the guests champagne as they walk in. And when I say ginger man dude, I mean ginger man suit, like the cookie, in case that wasn't clear. Because it's a Christmas/Hanukkah party, if you couldn't tell already. I think I failed to mention that. Everyone's dressed in their finest outfits, except for Lyle, who Hannah compares to Mr. Rogers. Don't ever compare Lyle to Mr. Rogers. Before dinner, Catherine makes Hannah raise her fork for some reason, so that they can start eating. I've never heard that before. I've heard of tapping on the glass for speeches, but not lift your fork so everyone knows it's okay to eat. Then we get to the whole peak and pit of the year conversation. Haygood says she's excited about doing sake, and she's disappointed in her art career. Hannah says that her pit is her relationship with Louis, and her peak is her relationship with her friends. Catherine says her peak and pit are both navigating her relationship with Lyle. And Louis says that his pit was getting dumped and his peak is his sock business. Then Lyle says that his pit was getting rejected by Catherine, and his peak is discovering who he is now. The episode ends with Louis and Catherine going outside to talk. Louis confesses to Catherine that he's still in love with Hannah and wants to be back with her. And then, because it's Louis, he brings the conversation back to Catherine and Lyle. Louis insists that Lyle is still in love with Catherine. And Catherine's like, I don't believe that. If he loves her, why does he keep jabbing her with insults? Need I remind you guys that Catherine finally offered to go to couples therapy with Lyle just like he wanted, and he said no? He's been saying it's too little too late this whole time. So to me, the signs are also saying that he does not want to be back with Catherine. But Louis strangely encourages Catherine to just commit to Lyle, despite being mad about them potentially being in a relationship the whole first half of the season. Catherine then reiterates that Lyle's not really giving off vibes like he wants to be back in a relationship with her. And then we end the episode. What did you guys think of today's episode? I am so over every episode being about Lyle and Catherine's relationship, and I wish that they would just talk and figure it out. Like, Lyle, do you want to be with Catherine? No? Then say that. Catherine, do you want to be with Lyle? Yes? Well, she has been saying that, though, actually. But Lyle just hasn't been like, okay, let's end it. I'm done, you know? So it's just kind of a little irritating to watch. Anyway, that's all that I have for you today. Don't forget to like or dislike the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next video. Bye, guys!